Hello everyone. Today I am going to discuss on how to build a Simulink model for pulse amplitude modulation, pulse width modulation and pulse duration modulation. Let us try to understand first what is pulse amplitude modulation. It is an pulse modulation scheme in which the amplitude of the pulse carrier varies proportional to the instantaneous amplitude of the message signal. So let me show you the waveforms, then you will understand what is the meaning of it. So here you can see this is the message sinusoidal message signal and this is the pulse train. The pulse train's amplitude is varying the sampled signal in accordance with the message signal. So what you can conclude here is the amplitude of the pulses has changed with respect to the instantaneous values of the message. Okay, that's why it is pulse amplitude modulation, and this is the recovered signal that we'll discuss again later. So to generate this signal, what we can do is we can consider a pulse generator with the following specification: amplitude 5, period 0.004, pulse width 50%. Then we have sine wave, amplitude 1, frequency 2 pi into 10, sample time 0.02. Okay, and then we are multiplying these two signals. The resultant of multiplication is our modulated signal, this PAM wave. Okay, then after modulating, when we transmit through the channel, this portion you can consider as channel. At the receiver end, we will be having an analog filter design, that is nothing but a low pass filter with cutoff frequency same as the message signal. Okay, so this is the cutoff frequency 2 pi into 10. Filter order we have chosen is 8. Okay, then the filtered signal, as you can observe here, it is same as your message signal with some delay. So this was the message signal transmitted, the same has been received, that is demodulated. Okay, so that completes the PAM part of it. Now let us move on to the other two topics, which is pulse width modulation, or sometimes called as pulse duration modulation, and another modulation technique, pulse position modulation. So let us first understand what is pulse width modulation. So pulse width modulation or pulse duration modulation is an pulse modulation scheme in which the duration or width or time of the pulse carrier varies proportional to the instantaneous amplitude of the message signal. Correct? Wherein earlier version of these pulse schemes, we have seen amplitude was varying, whereas pulse width and positions were constant. Here position and amplitude are constant, but width varies, or the duration of the pulse varies. Okay, that is pulse width modulation. Next, when it comes to pulse position modulation, width and amplitude of the pulses are constant, whereas position of the pulse varies. The pulses here, the pulse position modulation, are generated for the negative edge of pulse duration modulated signal. Okay, so this is the Simulink model for generating that. Again, we have used a sine wave block with amplitude 0.8, frequency 4 radian per second, phase 0, sample time 0. Then sawtooth waveform generator with frequency 5 Hz. It should be higher than the sine wave. Then we are subtracting sawtooth generator signal from the sine wave signal. Okay, this signal will generate, as you can see, this signal. Here this signal is crossing zeros at different instants. Based on that, it is going to generate pulse width modulated signal. So once that signal is generated, in the next step we are comparing the generated signal with respect to zero. So zero crossing detection we are doing. When we do zero crossing detection, it is nothing but a comparator which compares with the zero crossing and generates a pulse width modulated signal. Okay, so this is our pulse width modulated signal. As you can see, the width of the pulse is go on changing. It is high whenever signal is at having high voltage value, and when it goes low, the pulse width is also going low. The inverse of this is also possible. Okay, so then this is our pulse width modulated signal, this one. Okay, so this is the pulse width modulated signal where width of the pulse is constantly changing with respect to the instantaneous values of the message signal. Now next, pulse position modulation. For that, what we have done is we have connected a monostable multivibrator which is having falling edge with pulse duration 0.05 second. So what happens here is whenever the output of this compared to 0 is going to a falling edge, then this monostable multivibrator generates a pulse of duration 0.05 seconds, and thereby we get the pulse position modulated signal. Now you can observe the fourth wave. This waveform it can be clearly seen that whenever there is a falling edge, there is a pulse with width same, whereas the position, that is the distance between two pulses, is continuously changing. Here it is very large and here it is smaller, correct? Here also bit smaller and here again larger. So depending on the position, we are going to have the information residing in the signal. Here in pulse width modulation, it is information is stored in the width of the pulses. In pulse amplitude modulation, the information was in the amplitude of the pulses. Here it is in the position, the change of positions, as you can observe. Okay, I hope you have understood the pulse amplitude modulation, pulse width modulation and pulse position modulation. Thank you.